Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining this session. So here I'm going to explain the project flow, right? So project flow directly, I'm going to start the project flow. Okay. Where we are getting the data, where we are going to load the data. In middle, what are the things we are going to perform in real-time projects? If you're if you enter into the Azure Data Engineering projects, right? This is the common project flow for any Azure Data Engineering related projects. So we have a source, we have a destination. Source having the data, and we need to move this source data into destination. Maybe source having the structured data, means SQL manner, or else file system related data like Excel, Parquet, JSON, CSV, right? This type of data we can call it as a file system related data. Okay. Next, real-time streaming data. So there is a devices, IoT devices or something, some products keep on generating the data. Okay. So source having the data, structured data, file system related data, real-time streaming data, right? If source having this type of data, as a data engineer, our responsibility is by using this Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Factory is a ETL tool. ETL. E means extraction, T means transfer, L means load. Just ETL. Extract, transform, load. Okay. This Azure Data Factory is going to connect the source system and extract the data. And we are not directly load the data into destination. Here the one question is, okay, Azure Data Factory is going to extract the data and load the data. Okay, before loading the data into my destination, right, whatever we are extracting the data from the source system having the huge amount of data. That data we can call it as a raw data. Raw data means huge amount of data. That huge amount of data having some duplicate values, null values, maybe schema issues, means columns are, we have a columns, that column having some schema related issues, some data types related issues. Okay, so we have a such type of data which is available under the source system, right? When we are handling this raw data, we need to prepare a good data. For example, in source system, we have 100 records. There is a file. In source system, there is one Excel file. That Excel file having the 100 records. Out of 100 records, 40 records are valid records, 60 records are bad records. We need to evaluate that Excel file, right? We need to prepare a good data. Finally, we need to get this that good 40 records. We need only that good data only. We are not directly load this 100 records into our destination. So see, here we have a source system. Here we have a destination system. By using this Azure Data Factory, this big box is going to connect the source system, and we are not directly load into the data into destination. The reason is the raw data having some issues. Out of 100 records, only 40 records are good records, 60 records are something bad records. We need only 40 records, right? We need to prepare a good data. Okay, fine. We need to prepare a good data, right? Then before loading into the data into destination, where we are going to load this huge raw data, right? In Azure portal, we have one service called storage account. Storage account. Okay, Azure, for storing the huge amount of data, we have a storage account. In storage account, we can store any type of data, structured data, unstructured data, files, images, audio, video, anything. We can store the huge amount of data under the storage account. Okay, so by using this Azure Data Factory, we are going to connect the source system. Before loading the data into destination, we are loading the data into first storage account. This storage account, we can call it as a staging layer, intermediate layer, because we have a source and destination. We are not directly load the data into destination. We have a intermediate layer is in between from source and destination. We are maintaining the one staging layer. We are loading that source raw data into staging layer, that is a storage account. While creating the storage account, we have two options: blob storage, ADLS generation 2 storage, blob or a ADLS gen 2. So here we are handling the large volume of data, right? So we are going to select the Azure Data Lake generation 2 only, data lake only. Here we are going to select the Azure Data Lake Gen 2. we are storing the huge amount of data. See, this is Azure Data Factory, good big box, right? In big box, we have is one box, first box, that is storage account, Azure Data Lake Generation 2. Okay. In this Azure Data Lake Generation 2, here we are going to maintain the 3 containers. I will show you the lab practical manner. Here we are going to maintain 3 folders, container or a folder or a directory, your wish, the name. 3 containers, 3 folders, 3 directories, right? In real-time projects, people are following some standards, some naming conventions. First container name, first folder name is bronze. Second folder name or second container name is silver. Third container name is gold. Right? Container. Then what is container? Container means, see, we have a lorry container, ship container. So this lorry container having any type of data, right? When we are trying to ship the, we have a Navta transport, something, Kranti transport. We have a source is Hyderabad, destination is Bangalore, right? We have a data, right? We are planning to move the data from source to Hyderabad to Bangalore. Source is Hyderabad, destination is Bangalore, right? Now this now the transport, this lorry, right? We have a lorry that we can call it as a transport. Now the transport, the company, we can call it as Azure Data Factory, for example, right? In the lorry container, we are going to put the all the products. So they are going to make the packages in a secure manner, so without any damages, right? So one product is not going to disturb to the another product. Like the way they are going to package it and put into the container. Container means it having the huge amount of data. So huge products also we can put into the container, right? Same like here also we have a container. Okay, bronze container, silver container, gold container. This Azure Data Factory ETL tool connect the source system, extract the data from the source system, and load the data into bronze container, very first pipeline. Here I am, by using this Azure Data Factory, I'm gonna create one first pipeline. That pipeline having some activities and integration, runtime, data sets, all those things. This Azure Data Factory pipeline going to connect the source system, extract the data, and load the data into bronze container. That is one of the Azure Data Factory first pipeline. Here we are creating a number of pipelines in real time. Okay. Once the data which is available in bronze container, for example, one Excel file that having the 100 records. Out of 100 records, only 40 records are good records. Remaining 60 records are bad records. So we need to evaluate. First, we need to check the how many null values are available, how many duplicates are available. So what type of schema issues is there, whether these data types are correct or not. We need to prepare our own data types. Like the first we need to do this type of quality checks, right? Data cleansing, data quality checks we need to perform. Then who is going to perform this type of quality checks? Data cleaning process for preparing the good data. Out of 100 records, we need to take only 40 records. We need to remove the 60 records. Then who is going to take care of this activity? All right. For performing this activity, we can call it as a transformation. Right. For performing this type of activities, we can call it as the transformations. Data cleaning, yes, we can call it as a transformation. Right. And removing the null values, one of the transformation. Dropping the duplicates, yes, one of the transformations. Joining the multiple tables, one of the transformation. Right. We have a n number of transformations which we need to perform under the bronze container. Okay. Right. Then who is going to perform these transformations? Especially to perform these transformations in market, in Azure Data Engineering, we have two techniques. One is data flow. Second one is Databricks. We have data flow, second box, guys. Inside Azure Data Factory ETL, big box, we have a second box. Inside box, we have two concepts, data flow, Databricks. Okay, right. Data flow, which is part of Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory means ETL tool, right? E, yes, extracting the data from source system, E, fine, right? L means load the data into destination, okay. T means transformation. Azure Data Factory itself to perform T, transformation, the transformation concept call it as data flow. Data flow actually related to the Azure Data Factory only. Especially for performing the transformations, we have a data flows and Databricks. Data flows right? Which is part of Data Factory. ETL2. T means transformation. Data flows comes under the T, transformation. Data Factory itself, we have a concept to perform the transformation. The transformation is called data flow. In data flow, everything we are going to perform graphical manner. There is no programming language required here. Everything we are going to perform graphical manner. Okay. While doing the graphical manner, there is a limitations, guys. So we have some limitations. It's very easy, but we have some drawbacks which is there into the data flows. Okay. Actually here, client wants to go for customization. Client needs some advanced techniques. Client handling the large volume of data. He need a clusters. He want to write some coding point of view, logics, transformations, right? So we have a one more transformation techniques which is available in data engineer, that is Databricks. Databricks, it is not related to the any cloud. Databricks is not related to Azure. Databricks is not related to AWS or a GCP. Databricks, it is a third-party tool which is provided by the Apache company. There are topmost third-party tools available in the market. Depends upon the client, client requirement. This clouds is going to interact. They are going to take the agreement between these third-party tools. Right? Databricks is one of the third-party tool which is provided by the Apache company for creating the infrastructure. Azure admin teams, they are going to create the infrastructure, right? By using this Terraform, they are going to create the infrastructure. Without Terraform, also Azure having ARM templates to create the infrastructure. But while compared to the ARM templates, Terraform having a number of features. That is the reason every cloud preferring the Terraform to create the infrastructure. Same like Databricks also, it is one of the third-party tool, especially to perform the transformations. Okay. So instead of data flows, if you want, we can use the Databricks. So by using data flows, we can connect the branch container, right? We can remove the data, we can perform data cleansing, data validation, and we can prepare the good data. By using Databricks also, we can connect the branch container, we can perform the data cleaning, we can perform the data validations, everything we can perform. Right? Once if you connect this branch layer by using data flows or a Databricks, we are going to connect the branch container and preparing the good data and move the good data into the silver layer, means 40 records, for example. Okay. So by using data flows, Databricks, we are connect the branch container and preparing the good data 40 records. We are moving the 40 records into the silver layer. Right. Now here client requirement is out of 40 records, we need to perform some join conditions. So we need to implement some exception handling. So we need for retrieving this, for example, today we have 40 records, maybe tomorrow 4,000 records, day after tomorrow 4 millions of records. While handling this huge amount of records, we need to implement optimization techniques. Means it will take a lot of time to retrieve the data, right? We need to implement some optimization techniques. Such type of business rules we are going to perform under the silver part. By using these data flows and Databricks, we are going to perform the business logic. After the business logic, once it is completed, we are going to move the data into gold layer, gold container. Now gold container having the final data. This data we are going to load into the our destination. By using this data flows or Databricks concept, we are going to connect the gold container. We are load the data into your destination. Your destination may be Azure SQL, Azure Synapse, anything. Once the data which is available in destination, here reporting mechanism comes to the picture, visualization, either Power BI or a Tableau, right? By using this Power BI and Tableau, we are connect our destination, Azure SQL or Synapse. We are going to connect the dimensions table, will generate the reports. This is the flow. While moving this data from source to destination, here we need to follow the security, data governance, everything we need to perform, right? Security point of view, here we are going to implement the Azure Active Directory. Sensitive information, we are going to store Azure keyword. Permissions point of view, here we are using our role-based access control. And for connect the specific team members to connect the specific cluster, specific service, specific thing, right? Here we are using the VNet, subnet, private endpoints. These are all the security things we need to implement while moving the data from source to destination. This is the common project flow for Azure Data Engineer. Is it clear or any questions? Feel free to ask me. If you know, if you are good into this flow, right? Now it is very easy job to understand the data factory, Databricks, and Fabric. Can you please confirm?
Hi, this is Nagraj.
Yeah, Nagaraj.
Yeah, can you elaborate a little bit about the reports on the Power BI?
I will let you know that concept by later. Okay.
Okay,
Here
can you
to
know about so for which purpose we are using, we are generating actually for reports?
report purpose point of view, client, right? We have a vendor. For
Okay,
example, we are working with the insurance based company. Insurance means we have some clients, right? Insurance policies is there, right? So we need to generate
yes,
the data, right? How much premium policies are there for client based upon the client business point of view. We used to generate the report. So, for example, e-commerce based applications. I want to track the quarter wise how much sales um, we performed in the last quarter, right? How much income which we are getting on this last quarter for electronics like laptops, how many laptops we purchased. Like laptops point of view, we are going to generate the report separate. Mobiles point of view, we are going to generate the report separate. Like the way, so vendor is going to generate the reports based upon his need.
okay, got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, this thing, Azure Active Directory, Azure Key Vault, RBAC, VNet Subnet, this is applied at which layer, and it is done by the admin team or it is done by data engineers?
it is not related to any layer. It will be taken care by the admin team only. Once if you enter into the company, admin will set up this Azure Active Directory, and Azure DevOps or DevOps team will create this services like a Data Factory, Databricks, Key Vault, Synapse. No, all these services will be created by the Azure DevOps team by using this Terraform ARM templates. Only RBAC permissions we need to take care of it. Any other questions? Others?
Can you please summarize purpose of bronze, silver, and gold in one or two lines, please? Thank you.
Yeah. Bronze container, silver container, gold container. Purpose of bronze container means the source raw data we are going to store under the bronze container. This bronze having the raw data, huge amount of data. Okay. Here we need to perform transformations. We need to perform data cleaning, data validations, data enrichment, all those things we need to perform. Okay. By using this data flows or a Databricks, we are going to connect the bronze container. We are performing the data quality checks, data cleansing, all those things we need to perform, and we are preparing the good data, and we are going to move that good data into silver layer. Once the data which is available in silver layer, by using again data flows and Databricks, we are going to perform business activities. Okay, joining the tables, creating the fact table dimensions tables, implementing the data modeling, right, or exception handling, or else optimization techniques. Such type of business activities we need to perform under the silver layer by using data flows Databricks. Once if you perform these things, right, we are going to move the final data into the gold layer, right? As it is, majority of the projects are preferring as it is, they are going to maintain the final data into gold layer. Now we are not going to perform anything in gold layer. As it is, we are going to put into the gold layer. By using these data flows or Databricks, we are connect the gold layer and load the data into your destination, either Azure SQL or Azure Synapse.
Thank you.
Thank you. Others?
Yeah, Stefan Kasim.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, do we need to know these concepts like Azure Active Directory, Key Vault,
No
or
need,
back?
just basics is enough. RBAC mandatory because we are the one take care the responsibility for giving the permissions, RBAC permissions. It's very easy. So already real-time RBAC permissions already have added into the documentation. Day to day, what are the RBAC? It's a one-time activity RBAC. At the beginning of project, we used to give the RBAC permissions, not every day. It is a one-time activity.
Okay. And also, Shravan, so in source side, we have a on-prem SQL server. So we do have like different type of databases, right?
Correct.
Do we need to know, I mean, at least one or two, or I mean, SQL server is that is enough?
Enough. Any source is enough because source system will be taken care by the separate team actually. Okay. As a data engineer, we are extracting the data by using this Azure Data Factory. We are going to set up the self-hosted integration runtime. We are pull the data from source to the Azure Data Lake Gen 2. That's it. We are not going to worry about source systems because here I'm going to show you the some source systems like REST API, on-prem SQL server,
Yes.
on-prem file system like a text or a CSV, means SFTP server.
I mean, all those we need to connect.
Yes.
Okay.
The two projects, I will show you the on-prem setup to move the structured data as well as file system related data.
Okay.
Hi, this is Chaitanya. Just now I joined.
Yeah, Chaitanya.
Today is my first day. So
Okay.
I want to know what is the difference between Data Factory and Azure Synapse.
Azure Synapse is mainly designed for loading the large volume of data. Even though in Azure Synapse also we can perform the ETL process. Same
Okay.
activities, same triggers, same pipeline, same activities we can perform in Azure Synapse. Azure, for example, if you are a project to handling the large volume of data. Okay. Yes, Synapse is the good choice. You can create the Synapse Studio. You can create Azure Data Factory pipelines as well. Then no need to go and create separate Azure Data Factory. But cost is very high. Okay. So as a normal Azure Data Factory is a ETL process, extract to transform load. Extracting the data from source system, load the data into destination. In middle, we can perform transformation. Synapse ETL Azure Data Factory, normal Azure Data Factory, we are doing the same process, same activity, same pipelines, same triggers. But Synapse is for loading the large volume of data. Under Synapse, we are going to talk about the data modeling like a star schema. Under that, we are going to create the fact and dimension tables. That is a big part. Based upon the client data cost, we used to choose this service. Okay.
So are we going to cover that part also in the course, like Azure Synapse?
Yes,
Like
Synapse, yeah.
We'll cover that, how we create
Correct.
Azure Factory pipeline using
Correct.
Azure Synapse. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Got it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, Raman, one more question. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So in Azure Synapse, we call it as a data warehouse. So in the same way, Azure SQL also it is a another database.
In Azure SQL, we don't have any data warehouses. So there is a limitation. There is a difference between RDBMS. SQL means it is RDBMS concept, relational database management system. Synapse and Snowflake, those are comes under data warehouse. Data warehouse different. Relational databases management is different. But the way of databases, creating tables, queries somewhat is looks okay. But here we are following the data modeling techniques in Snowflake in Synapse. Yeah. So there is a limitation for storing the data in Azure SQL. There is a limitation, but we don't have any limitation into the data warehouses, Synapse and Snowflake. We can store the large volume of data. So based upon your data size, we need to select your destination, whether it is Azure SQL or a Synapse or a Snowflake, you need to decide. Yeah.
Like, what are the exact roles and responsibilities when I'm entering to the industry as a Azure developer?
So Azure Data Engineering roles and responsibilities means, so 99% ADO pipelines are already designed your projects, but your responsibilities, you need to design Azure Data Factory pipeline. That pipeline must and should be dynamic and reusable. So no need to specify any hard codes and all. Your pipeline must and should be run on scheduled manner or event-based manner. You are going to create multiple pipelines. Okay, this multiple pipelines is going to execute under the execute pipeline. There is a parent pipeline. That parent pipeline having all the chain pipelines. So one by one, pipelines will be executed in the scheduled manner, event-based manner. Your pipeline is going to connect the source system, in middle going to perform the transformations, load the data into destination. So we need to do the automation flow. Okay. While doing this automation flow, definitely our pipelines every day keep on going to success mode or a failure mode. If your pipeline is going to fail rate, you need to take care of why it is going to fail. What are the reasons? You need to check it. Whether a 99% pipelines failing, the reason is source system point of view. If source system is not giving the correct data, in case if source system does not having the data on specific timeline, so our pipeline is going to fail more. For avoiding such type of things, we are specifying some exception handling, parallelism, retry mechanism under the Azure Data Factory. Your role is design the pipeline. That pipeline must and should be reusable. Second thing is you need to take care of transformation by using this data flow and Databricks. You need to write the PySpark code to perform the transformations, and you need to take care of this destination, either SQL or a Synapse database things, or else Synapse means data modeling things, star schema or Snowflake, fact and dimension stable. So, and build and releases also you need to take care of. It depends upon your project. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So while
Got it.
joining the session, there is an option called mute. Please try to mute from your end. Yeah, please. Others, any questions?
Yeah, Shravan. So one last question. So as a data engineer, we join. So if we need to start the project from the scratch, so do we need to recommend like these are the services we need to use it? Like
Yes, correct. So we have a dedicated document is there. Let me pull the document. I will explain this documentation because when we are working with the real-time projects, okay, we used to first prepare the documentation, project to flow.
Okay.
1 minute, guys, I'm getting one. Yeah, so no worries, I will explain this document later actually. So this document having the clear-cut information, your project to flow, architecture, your source system, and who are part of your team. Okay, what are the strategies which we are following, and SLA time, source system architecture, and target system architecture. Source, what are the issues which we are facing? What are the dependencies source system is there? So like the way strategies also is there, owner details, strategy details, server details, everything. Okay, this document having all the information, even though this is a cloud or target architecture, naming conventions. Okay, what are the services we need to take it? Keyword, VMs, Data Factory, Databricks, everything. So who are going to part of, what are the roles is DevOps roles and responsibilities, how they are going to take care of this build and deployment, and Azure admin related parts. Everything will be there into the document. So based first, you need to prepare the document. So from the scratch level, you need to prepare the document. This document having all the information, like even though you need to specify the cost as well. And you are not only you, multiple team members are part of this documentation, like a DevOps team, Azure admin team, architect team, data engineer team, data science team, and onshore and offsite. All teams are part of this documentation. This documentation will be prepared by the business analyst only, or by permissions also. And you need to specify the cost as well, monthly cost, yearly cost. Okay, for compute point of view, how much we are going to get the they are going to charge the amount, and storage point of view, how much they are going to charge the amount. Like the way you need to prepare the document. So we need to send this document to the reviewers. So there is a reviewers is there. They are going to review this documentation. It will take some time, not a single or 2 or 3 days or 1 month. It will take couple of months, 4 months and 5 months. For example, there is a new project planning to start the implementation on March. Before 4 months only, they are going to prepare the documentation. We used to add all the inputs into the documentation. Multiple teams are joined together in one call. So we used to give the inputs. Based upon the inputs, business analyst team is going to prepare this thing, and they send this documentation into the final reviewer. Once if you got the approval from the client, then we are going to start our implementation. Clear? I will explain this session. in coming days.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. Others?
Yeah, as on today, how many sessions are completed?
Okay. So
Do you have any recorded videos? And
yes,
I'm
yes,
okay with
yes.
that.
This is the third session actually. The very first session actually related to the course content. So no worries. After the session, I will explain the course content one more time. And yesterday's session related to the basics. I just start the basics like what is on-prem, why we go for cloud, how many clouds are available in the market, what is the difference between region, zone, and portal creation, hierarchy. Just I give the basic intro. So there is a recording session which is there into the drive. You can just ping me on WhatsApp. I will share that a link to you. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Others, any questions? Please utilize this demo time, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me anything.
Actually, it's my first session.
Okay.
And from non-IT, I want to move to IT. So I
Okay.
want to.
Already. Yeah, sure. No worries. Already told you, right? Again, I'm gonna repeating. So this Saturday and Sunday, I'm planning to conduct the IT sessions. So who are new to the IT industry. So I will conduct the separate session for these guys. So please share your respective details to your respective POC, either me or a Nikhil or a Ganesh. I will conduct the IT related sessions on Saturday, Sunday, like SDLC process, waterfall methodology, agile process, and programming languages, the way of project designing, team structure, product based service companies, hiring process, offer letter, hike letter, Form 16, PF, right? And manager approvals, leaves, everything we'll discuss on Saturday, Sunday.
What
Okay.
will be the timing? Same timing?
I will share, but you can please reach out to your POC, point of
Okay.
contact person. Okay, I will share the separate meeting ID for that IT classes.
Yeah.
So
Any
Okay.
other
can we come
questions
on?
on this? Hmm.
Can we come offline for this to discuss this thing?
Yes, please feel free to come. But before that,
Oh,
first interact with the POC, and based upon my availability, please try to come to the office. Weekly at
oh,
5 days or 6 days, definitely I will be there into the vehicle technology.
okay, no worries. And
Yeah.
for this, yeah.
Others, any questions?
Yeah, I need help on Azure account level. I
Sure, I
have
will
some
help you.
questions. Okay.
Yeah, please prepare a hand with you, Rajani. And I will give the host access. You can share your screen. I will help you for
Okay.
creating the Microsoft Azure portal creation.
I already created, but it looks like it's like I'm not able to run the cluster because limitations. So I need
I think
help
there is a
whether.
quota related issues. I will help you that part later.
Okay.
After the sessions, you can please stay back in the session. I will explain you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Is there any other batch timings which you are handling other than this 6 to 7:30?
Yeah. 6 to 7:30 evening, that is a fixed batch. Monday onwards, morning, 6:30 to 7:45 a.m. morning. And I'm gonna planning to conduct one more offline session in after 11 a.m. to something 12 p.m. or 10:30 to something. After 10:30, I'm planning to conduct offline session.
3 batches online.
Online, offline, both.
Okay, so one is 6 to 7:30, the other will be morning 6 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. and another is at 11.
Approximately based upon the candidate interest. Actually, we are taking the details. For example, candidate availability. Here, I'm planning to conduct the session. Maybe one of the candidates mainly looking for after 10:30 or 11, right? I'm gonna take if at least a few of the candidates are interested to join or something 10:30. I will start the separate session for 10:30.
Okay.
Based upon the candidate's availability interest, I will start the timings batches. But 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. is a fixed batch.
After completion of the course, how much experience can we expect? Like we can
if you do at least 3 real-time projects to end to end, right? So you are in a position to do the individual contributor more than 5 plus. But you need to do the projects at least 2 to 3 real-time projects. So without hands-on, it's very difficult to manage.
Right. You will be helping us with the interviews, na? Like
Yeah.
informing about the right.
Yes, we have a mock interviews, right? I will help you.
Again,
We have to do the projects in a free account, right?
Sorry, Rajani.
So we can do those projects in free account trial, right? Free
Yes, we
account.
can do it. Yes, we can do it.
Okay. If any issues, you will be helping, right?
Yes, maybe this Microsoft keep on doing the changes on the portal in free trial. They are doing some limitations, and nowadays we used to see a lot of issues with respect to the free trial. So on that time, definitely you need to go for pay as you go.
Okay. So how much will be like no pay?
Depends based upon your usage, they are going to charge the amount. Here I'm conduct these sessions, right? Monthly, I'm gonna pay the 1,000 rupees.
Okay. Monthly. So based
Make
on the
sure
credits.
once if you do the practice, please try to delete the resources on resource group level. If you forgot to delete the resources, you just maintain these resources 1 or 2 days, right? Definitely you will get the huge amount. They are going to charge the huge amount.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, all right. Let me jump into the course syllabus topics. Okay. All right. Portal creations. Okay, fine. If anyone interested, you can share your screen. I will help you to create the portal creation. Okay, right. Hierarchy already we discussed. So once if you enter into the any real-time IT industry company, so each and every project having separate Microsoft Azure portal. So every portal end mail ID end with your domain ID. Okay, and once the portal creation is done, right, there is automatically tenant ID will be created. So each and every portal, Microsoft Azure portal, we have a unique tenant ID. Okay, that unique tenant ID means that ID having separate number, same like a Aadhaar number. Indian citizen having own Aadhaar number, right? Same like every Microsoft Azure portal having the own tenant ID. Under tenant ID, we have a multiple subscriptions. Once if you enter into the company, you can able to see the lot of subscriptions here, either 5 or a 10 or a 15 or a 20. Okay, environment level, the people are going to maintain the multiple subscription. For example, I'm working. So our source is a Java-based application. The Java-based application producing some data. As a data engineer, we are going to take care of the data movements from source to destination. Definitely the Java application having the environments, right? Dev, QA, UAT, and production. So each and every environment, we have the separate subscription. No worries, guys, non-IT people. I will explain these environments on Saturday, Sunday. Like what is Dev, QA, UAT, and production, how we are going to following this process.
Okay. The subscriptions are like no different for each dev, QA, and prod.
Correct. The way of billing cost compute separate.
What about resource group?
Subscription having the multiple resource groups.
Okay.
Not a single, multiple resource groups.
Okay, so
So
we can
here, for
create.
example, here we are able to see one subscription, right? Under the subscription, maybe you have 1 or a 2 or a 10 or a 20 or a 100 also. You can maintain the multiple resource groups.
Okay. So in real time, once multiple subscription for each environment, dev, QA, and production.
Correct. Each and every subscription having the multiple resource groups.
Okay, so subscription is related to cost, right? Means like how based on the configuration.
Subscription services, whatever we are creating services, the subscription having resource group, right? Under resource group, we have a services like a Data Factory, Databricks, Spark, SQL, Python. So those related services, related cost, you can able to see here. Okay. So here we have a billing section. Okay. Monthly, they are charged the period to period, they charge us some 800 rupees per month. Separate subscription wise, here we are able to get the cost. Okay, right. Tenant ID, under tenant ID, we have a subscription ID. Under subscription, we have a resource groups. The resource group already created. Okay, fine.
So what is the purpose of maintaining multiple resource group? Means what is the use case?
Depends upon project. For example, if you are maintaining disaster recovery, right? Primary and disaster recovery. Something is, for example, multiple resource. How can I tell you? It's I will let you know that concept later because time is lagging. We need to discuss a lot of things in next coming days. I will explain these things. Because so resource group is created. Resource group is collection of resources. So infra services, PaaS services, SaaS services already explained in yesterday. So here we are able to see multiple services. These services actually they are categorized into 3 components: infra services, platform as services, software as a service. Like compute, storages, machines, networking, security, all this comes under infrastructure. Development related services, which is comes under the platform as a service, like a Data Factory, Databricks, Azure SQL, right? Azure Synapse, Logic Apps, Function Apps. These things actually comes under the platform as a service. Software as a service means Outlook 365, those things which is comes under software as a service. Right. Next, virtual network. Okay, now, tenant ID created successfully. Each and every portal having the tenant ID. Under tenant ID, we have a subscription. Okay, fine. Under subscription, we have a resource group. This flow is fixed. This hierarchy is fixed. Means we have a tenant ID, that is a root one. Under tenant ID, we have a subscription. Each and every subscription having a resource groups. Okay, under resource group, here we are going to create the services. Okay, for example, here I'm going to planning to create the Azure Data Factory. Okay, let me open the 2 tabs. In one tab, I'm going to create the Data Factory. See, while creating the Data Factory, so here we have a tabs. Each and every service, here we have a options. So we need to pass the mandatory information. This options creations, selections will be taken care by the DevOps team. By using these ARM templates or Terraform or Ansible playbooks, they are going to create this Data Factory. Here we are doing the learning point of view, right? So we are the one take care of the responsibility for creating our portal. Once if we enter into the real-time projects, the service is already created by the DevOps team. Okay. So while creating the Data Factory, here we have an option called networking, virtual networking. Then what is the purpose of virtual networking? VNet, shortcut, we can call it as a VNet. So while creating the VNet, here I'm doing multitasking, don't confuse virtual network. While creating the virtual network, there is an IP address will be generated. Okay, there is a the purpose of this virtual network is we can connect our services securely, privately. For example, here we are giving some IP address. So some range of IP address will be generated here, 10.0.0.0/16. Okay, who are part of this range IP address? Right, we have 10 teams. For example, we have 10 persons. We have team A. The team A having 10 members. Right, who are part of this 10 members to the part belongs to this IP address range. Right, those people can able to access my Data Factory securely and privately. Like the way we are going to create these services. Virtual network means securely, privately, we are going to connect our services like a Data Factory, like a Databricks or Azure SQL or Azure Synapse or Azure Keyword. Especially platform as a related services. If you want to connect your services securely and privately, we need a virtual network or we need a private endpoint. By using this virtual network or a subnet or a private endpoint, there is IP address will be generated. Based upon the IP address, who are part of IP address, right? Those people can able to access your Data Factory, Databricks, Azure Key Vault. This creation, this access will be taken by the admin team. Okay, right. Then no need to discuss in detail related to the virtual network because we are a data engineer. We are not an admin team. I just give the only basics. That's basics, just enough. Okay, right. Virtual network is fine. Okay, let me show you. Let me create one virtual network. vNetwork, West US 2. Click on next. IP address. So automatically Azure providing some default IP address. Let me use the same IP. Click on next. Next. Create. Don't focus on virtual network or something else, private endpoint subnet, because that will be taken by the admin team. We are belongs to data engineer, not admin team. Because why here I'm explaining these concepts, right? While creating the services, right? Here we have options. At least you need to know some basic is enough. Yes, the virtual network created. So there is a range of IP address will be generated. Okay, let me create virtual network here. Or Data Factory here. Test factory, something we need to work on. Maintain all resources in same region, same resource group. I will explain this Git configuration later. Networking. Okay, click on this option. Or else click on private endpoint. See, private endpoint. See, already told you, right? By using this virtual network or a private endpoint and subnet, we are going to connect our service securely and privately. Okay, so let me give the private endpoint names. For example, test point, resource group, all resource groups part of same resource group only. See, here I'm gonna add the existing virtual network. Why? Okay, location is west to west, right? See, few minutes back we created, right, virtual network vNet1. Now we are able to see the one vNet1. Make sure you need to select the proper resource group, proper location. Okay, let me give the default one. Like the way if you give these options, right? If you give these options, so you can whoever part of that IP address access, right? Only that people can able to access your data factory. When we are working with the organizations, we used to work with the multiple teams, same project, or sometimes we used to connect with multiple tenant IDs. We are going to connect with the different companies. For example, we are end client is AT&T, main company is Microsoft. Do we have a different types of companies? They are going to support to the Microsoft like Tech Mahindra, Trimax Americas, HCL something. Right, one each and every company take care of one module. Right, when we are working with the different companies to delivering this type of activities, right? So we need to connect these services securely and privately. Okay, so like the way for this purpose we need a virtual network or a subnet or a private endpoint. Definitely while creating the private endpoint, we need to give the virtual network. Okay, right. So like the way you need to give these options. Let me uncheck it. Is it clear related to the virtual network? Don't ask any questions in depth related to the virtual network because that will be taken by the admin team. If you have any questions related to the base data factory or any other things, you can feel free to ask me, but don't ask any questions related to the admin services. Okay, right. Next one is storage account. Yes, you can ask me any questions. Let me explain the storage account. Very important. Okay, storage account. Can you please confirm, guys? Hope you guys are able to hear my voice or not.
Yes, Shravan, we are able to hear.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are audible.
Right. Thank you. Right. Here I'm going to discuss about the storage account. So in the project itself only, definitely 100%, 100 to 100%, every project they are going to maintain the staging layer, that is the storage account. Storage account. Okay, let me create the storage account today. While creating the storage account, we have a number of options we need to pass, like basics, advanced, networking, data protection, encryption, tags, and review create. Subscription. Already we have a subscription. Resource group. Already we have a resource group. Let me select the resource group. Here we need to pass the storage account name. Okay, the storage account name must and should be unique. Entire world you need to give a unique name only. And this naming conventions, resource selections, everything will be there into the document. DDD document, deployment design document, a requirement analysis document, require gathering document, something. Okay. For example, here we are working with the General Motor Finance client. Okay, right. Region West US 2, primary services. Primary service. Here we have majorly as a data engineer, we are going to talk about the very first one, Azure Blob Storage or Azure Data Lake Gen 2. I will explain the difference between these concepts later. Here I'm going to select the first option, Azure Blob Storage or Azure Data Lake Gen 2. Okay. Here we have a option, standard or a premium, right? So 100% data engineer related storage account must and should be standard only, because here we are storing the large volume of data under the storage account. We need to retrieve the data in very fast manner. That is the purpose you need to select the standard. If you select the premium, means definitely there is a latency. We are getting the data in very low latency manner. I don't want this latency. I need to get the data in very fast manner. Okay. So in storage account, we are storing the data. In storage account, we are storing the data. Right. Okay. While storing the data, we need a secure manner. I want to protect my data. Right. I want to protect my data. So where we are going to store the data? Under West US 2. Under West US 2 region. Right. Let me open the paint. So West US 2. So this is my region. So already told you, right? Each and every region having the zones, multiple zones. Each and every zone having the data center. Okay. Data center means it is a building. That building having the n number of floors. Each and every floor having the racks. Each and every rack having the servers. Right? Zone 1 something, availability zone something, zone 2, zone 3. So each and every zone having the data center. DC data center. Okay, right. So here we are selecting the West to West 2. West to West 2. Under West to West 2, we have multiple zones. Okay, right. So here we don't have any options to see the zones now, but while creating the virtual machines, we can able to see the zones options. But here we don't have any options to see the zones. Right. Here we have an option called redundancy. So redundancy means high availability. Redundancy means high availability. Here I'm gonna store my data. I have one Excel file. I'm gonna store my Excel file into the storage account. Right. If something is gonna wrong with my West to West 2 due to some earthquakes or due to unexpected rains, my data center is going to down, completely collapse. So whatever we are storing the data into my West to West 2 region, we are going to lose the data, right? Okay. My data must and should be a high availability. Always it should be there. I need to protect my data. I need to maintain the data into multiple places, multiple data centers, multiple regions, right? For these reasons, they are providing one option that is a redundancy. Redundancy means high availability. High availability. Always it must and should be there, right? Based upon your cost, based upon your cost and your requirement, you need to choose this option. And redundancy, very, very important interview question. Definitely they will ask at the time of interview, especially an L1 interview. What is the difference between LRS, GRS, ZRS, GZRS? Right? LRS, GRS, ZRS, GZRS comes under the redundancy. Redundancy means high availability. High availability. Right. Let me select the LRS. Right. We'll see the picture related to the LRS, GRS, ZRS. Okay. In case, if you select the LRS means local redundant storage. Local means we have a West US2 region, right? They are giving only one single zone under single data center. Single data center. Data center, if you select the LRS option, if you select this LRS option, under the single data center, here our project requirement is by using Data Factory, we are connect the source system, get the Excel data, Excel file, where we are going to store this Excel data under the storage account. Under the storage account, which option here we are going to select it? LRS. LRS means local. So here under West US2, region, under West US2 main. Okay, right. LRS means single data center come to the picture. 3 Excel files. One is original, 2 are duplicate. 3 copies of data is going to store into the single data center. Okay. So here we have a one Excel file. That Excel file actually going to store in the form of 3 copies of data. One is original, 2 are duplicate. 3 copies of data. The 3 copies of data is going to store under the single data center. One copy is going to store in first floor, first rack. Second copy is going to store in second floor, second rack. Third copy is going to store third floor, third rack. Maybe. Okay. If something is gonna wrong with one rack, still we have 2 copies of data. Right. If 2 copies of data is going to something, if we lose the 2 copies of data, still we have a copy of data. Due to some reasons, some earthquakes or some unexpected rains, if the entire data center is going to down, we are going to lose our data. Okay, LRF means it is a low cost, very cheap and low cost. Especially non-production environment, people are selecting the LRS, dev environment point of view. Means dev size is very less. Okay, if you select the LRS means local means one single data center. But 3 copies of data going to store into the one single data center. Is it clear LRS? But it's 100%. No one still now. We don't see so far data center down issues and all. Because it's very secure, it's more private. They are going to construct this data center in very secure places only. So before constructing the data center, they are going to think about all the factors. So is this, for example, Amazon company planning to develop the data center in Hyderabad. First, they are going to decide they are going to think about the different factors. Are we expecting any floods into the Hyderabad, especially on Gachibowli? Or are we expect any earthquakes in Gachibowli, in Hyderabad or something? In last 50 years or hundreds, are we facing this type of issues or not? So is this everything will be fine or not? Is there underground related issues which is there or not? Right? First, they are going to check all the factors. Based upon this factor, they are going to take the permission from the government. Then only they are going to start the development for the constructing the building. So is it clear related to the LRS? Any questions? Please let me know. LRS means one copy, but 3 copies of data. One is original, 2 are duplicates. If something is gone wrong with one copy, still we have 2 copies of data. Means still we have a data. Means we are achieving the redundancy, means high availability, right? Any questions related to the LRS?
No, sir.
Okay, let me share this notes in chat. I will share the separate Word document for this LRS, GRS, ZRS. Right. Next one is GRS. Next one is GRS. Sorry, let me take the ZRS. Zone. Zone. Zone means region having the zones. Region having the zones. Okay, right. But LRS means only single zone. Okay, if you select the zone means multiple zones comes to the picture. See, primary region. So our primary region is West to S2. Under West to S2, we have 3 availability zones. Right? One zone is Hyderabad. One zone is Warangal. One zone may be related to some state in Telangana. 3 zones. Each and every zone having the separate data center. Right? These 3 copies of data is going to store in each and every data center having 1 copy of data, 1 copy of data, 1 copy of data. But in one single data center, we are distributing the data into multiple data centers. If something is going wrong with Hyderabad data centers, still we have 2 data centers available into the Telangana states like a Warangal or some other state. Is it clear? Zone redundant storage.
So how are we, like, who means there is a separate team who will be taking care of syncing the data across the zones?
That will be taken care by the Azure only.
Okay.
Okay, right. Next, GRS. 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 Okay, see here 2 regions comes to the pictures. 2 regions. Okay, right. Here we have 2 regions. For example, one is West US2, second one is West US3. Two regions. Okay, right. So here we have 2 regions. Consider this is India. You can treat as a China. Right. In India, in Hyderabad location, okay, 3 copies are going to store into the Hyderabad location. 3, not a single, 3. In China region, local LRS, local data center, 3 copies of data is going to store. Okay, LRS. LRS. Inside data center, we are able to see LRS. If we talk about India, right, first we are talking about the capital, right? First, we are going to talk about the capital, right? Capital means obviously Delhi. Delhi is the local of India. If we talk about Telangana, Hyderabad is the local. Same like LRS means local, right? Each and every region having 3 data centers or 2 data centers. First, they are going to take the first one, important place. They are going to treat as a local. Okay, right. 2 regions, primary region, secondary region. Okay, each and every data center having the 3 copies of data, 3 copies of data. If something is going wrong with the entire primary region, still we have a secondary region. Next, we have one more redundancy, that is GZRS. GRS and ZRS. Can you please confirm about audio?
It's good.
Okay. If you select the GZRS means it is a combination of geo plus zone.
geo plus zone. So let's see the diagram. See, right. We have a primary region that is a west to west. For example, primary region means India is the primary region. We have 3 availability zone in India: New Delhi, Hyderabad, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu. We have 3 availability zone. Each and every zone we have a data center. In Hyderabad, we have a one of the data center which is available in Hyderabad location. And New Delhi, we have a local, there is a one data center. In Tamil Nadu, in Chennai, there is a one data center. In primary region, we have 3 availability zone. Each and every data center having the 1 copy. 1 copy. Next, the secondary region, we have only single data center. That single data center having the 3 copies of data. Because here we are following the GZRS, right? GZRS means GRS plus ZRS. ZRS means the first part, left part is the ZRS, multiple zones. GRS means global level. Okay, so region map. Okay, GZRS means combination of GRS plus ZRS. Is it clear? Just go through the document. So are we good to go with discuss about the Azure Data Lake Gen 2? Please confirm. Any questions related to the redundancy? If you clear, at least you can ping me in chat, guys. Okay or not okay, or if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me either in chat or call itself only.
Yeah, right.
Okay, right. So right. Let me click on next. Here we have an advanced tab. Here there is an option called hierarchical namespace. Right. Then what is hierarchical namespace? While creating the storage account, we have a primary service. What is your primary service related to your project? My primary service related to Azure Data Lake Gen 2. If you are selecting Azure Data Lake Gen 2 as a data engineer related project to store the large volume of data, right? Here you need to select the hierarchical namespace, means your storage account related to the Azure Data Lake Gen 2. If you uncheck this box, right, your storage account related to the blob storage. I will explain the difference between blob and ADLS Gen 2. Blob, ADLS Gen 2 almost same, but there is a difference between blob and ADLS Gen 2. ADLS Gen 2, we can store the large volume of data. In blob, we have some limitations. ADLS Gen 2 having the more advanced security features, but blob having some low features. Let me select the hierarchical namespace. Hierarchical namespace. Okay, click on this. Click on next. Networking. Already told you, right? I want to access my storage account. My team wants to only connect my storage account, not other team members. Not other team members. Okay, you need to select your virtual network. You can connect your storage account securely and privately because your team members part of this IP address range. Right. And guys, non-IT peoples, please note down these questions and you can ask these questions in Saturday, Sunday, especially and when we are discussing on IT sessions, right? Feel free to ask me these questions like what is IP address, public IP, private IP difference, okay? And how many types of servers available in the market, how many types of programming languages available in the market, how many databases are available in the market. So before cloud, what is the procedure? How these applications actually designed before cloud? Just note these questions. You can ask me questions in Saturday, Sunday. Right. Next, we have a data protection because the purpose of data protection is here we are creating the storage account. Here we are storing the large volume of data. My project related sensitive information, I'm going to store my storage account. If you delete storage account intentionally, mistakenly, right, we are going to lose our data. Right? I don't want to lose my data. I want to protect the data. Means, for example, in mobile, if you delete any photos or videos in mobile, right? So these photos and videos actually, it's not going to delete directly. So we have a recovery, right? On that place. So there's a deletion or things will be there into that place. Okay. So if you delete those things in recovery places, then there is an option, recycle bin. If you delete those things in recycle bin, your images, videos will be gone. So if you are not delete these things in recovery, right? So there is a time period until 30 days. If you want, you can recover your deletion images, videos into your respective mobile. Same like if you are mistakenly something or intentionally, if you delete any resources in storage account, I want to protect my data, like a 7 days of data or 30 days of data or a 365. So based upon your inputs, they are going to charge them. If you specify the 7 means they are going to charge maybe something cost. 365 means more cost. Okay. So here we are, I don't want this protection. The reason is here we are just doing the practice. Next, encryption. They are giving some encryption techniques. We are not going to worry about it. It will take care by the admin team. Next, tags. Okay. My project, here we are working with the Java project. Okay. So there is a registration number is there. This storage account related to the dev environment. Okay. The purpose of tags is, for example, I have 10 storage account which is there into my resource group. So there is an issue within my one storage account. Right. For easily identification purpose, easily to check these details, tags will going to help to you. Okay. Next, click on review create. Create. It will take some time. So maybe few of the services within less than 1 minute, we can able to see the service successful message. And few of the services, especially Azure SQL, Azure Synapse Databricks, it will take more than 2 minutes to create the service. Okay, resource created successfully. Go to resources. So click on container. So beginning of session already told you, right? Okay, this is the project flow. So this is the project flow. Once if you create this project flow under the storage account in ADLS Gen 2, we are going to create the 3 containers, bronze, silver, gold, right? So same things we are going to maintain under the storage account here. Okay, 1 minute, guys. Okay, right. Once if you create a storage account, especially if you select the Azure Data Lake Gen 2, so people are maintaining the 3 containers, bronze, silver, gold, right? So then where we are going to create these containers. So here we have an option called container. Container means we can store the huge amount of data under the container. Click on container. So bronze. So is it mandatory to maintain this naming convention? Is your wish. Maybe some of the projects they are maintaining the raw. Instead of bronze, silver, gold, they are going to maintain the naming convention like a raw, pre-process, process. Depends. So depends upon project, they are following the naming convention, but 90% projects are maintaining this naming conventions only. Bronze, silver, gold. Okay, bronze. Let me create bronze container. Okay. So under the bronze container, so in blob storage, here we are talking about Azure Data Lake Gen 2. My storage account related to Azure Data Lake Gen 2. While creating the storage account, we have an option called primary service, right? We just select the Azure blob or ADLS Gen 2. Under the advanced tab, we just select the hierarchical namespace. So hierarchical namespace. Anyone? Any idea about what is hierarchical namespace? Any idea? Okay, no worries. See, for example, I'm in a C. You can consider this is a C container, C drive. C drive means here I'm storing the large volume of data, 475 GB. I'm going to store it here. So you can treat as a C drive, you can treat as a container. Inside container, so here are we maintaining the folder manner or not? My Terraform data must and should be there in Terraform folder. .NET code folder must and should contain .NET code only. My personal family related photos must and should be there into the separate folder. Like the way here we are maintaining the separate folder, each and every folder having the separate data or not. Please confirm.
That's right.
So inside container, see, I have a one folder. Inside folder, there is a one more subfolder. Inside subfolder, there is a one more subfolder. Inside subfolder, one more subfolder. Like the way we have subfolder, hierarchy, hierarchical namespace. This thing we can call it as a hierarchical namespace. Root parent having the child parent having the child, this child having one more subchild. Like the way we have a sub process, that we can call it as a hierarchical namespace. In ADL agent, we have an option called hierarchical namespace. So here see, add directory, but in blog, we don't have any options to create add directory. For example, you have a customer folder. Next, I have a orders folder. Customer data, I'm going to maintain in customer folder. Order data, I'm going to maintain order folder. Next, transactions. Right. See, inside customer folder, I'm going to maintain the separate customer related data. For example, Shravan data, I'm going to maintain here. Kiran data, I'm going to maintain here. Okay. Abhilash data, I'm going to maintain here. So inside Shravan data, let me click on Shravan. Here, I'm going to maintain the data year manner. For example, Shravan 2024. Under 2024, let me create one more subdirectory, especially this 10th month. So, in 10th month, daily wise, here I'm going to maintain my data. Under 23, so customer Shravan related data, one of the Excel file is there. So like the way we are maintaining the hierarchical namespace manner. Click on upload. See, under branch container, under customer folder, customer name is Shravan, year, month, date. Okay. Click on one step back. So after 23rd, one more day, 24. Again, I'm going to upload the 24 related data. Next, 25. Like the way we can maintain the hierarchical namespace one after the another one. Is it clear? Hierarchical namespace. It is important question as well. Interview question, the difference between blob and ADL agent. If you tell ADL agent means here we can achieve the hierarchical namespace, then he definitely will ask the question, what is the meaning of Azure data? Sorry, hierarchical namespace. For example, I have a customer folder. For example, I have a branch container. My branch container having a customer folder. Inside customer folder, I have a different customer data I'm going to maintain it. Each and every customer, I have a year, month, date, manner. I have a separate folder. So like the way I'm planning to maintain the data, that we can call it as a hierarchical namespace. Is it clear?
I have a question here.
Yeah, please.
This because right now you're creating some hierarchical like customer, under that you have different dates. Okay. So but this we're doing manually, like
in real time.
In the real time scenario, these folders,
yes.
the dates should be getting created automatically, right? When the flow actually executes.
Got it. Mute from your end, please. I got it. I got your question. But theoretical point of view, here I just manually created, but real time, automatically this folder structure will be created. So here we have a source system. By using this Azure Data Factory, we are going to connect the source system. Here we are creating one pipeline, one dynamic expression. We need to write it here. That dynamic expression is going to take the data on daily, yearly customer data. yearly, monthly wise. So automatically this structure will be created our Azure Data Factory pipeline only, not us. Because one day, 2 day, okay, fine, we can able to manually create it. So each and every day, this is very difficult to manually create it, right? Your ADO pipeline is going to create this process. Clear? But only bronze, silver, gold, we need to create it manually. Remaining inside part will be taken by the your ADO pipeline.
So these folders will be getting dropped and recreated?
No. Why you are dropping these folders?
No, I mean the date. So dates
So
will be cumulative,
no,
right?
no. Based upon your wish, I want to maintain the data on 30 days of data. Monthly wise, I want to maintain data. Yearly wise, I want to maintain data. Your wish. So you
So
can
that will
write one
be
PowerShell script, Python script. That script is going to delete this. For example, here we have a year-wise data. Customer, we have a last 10 years of data. But I don't want the Shravan last 10 years of data, only current year of data. But here we have a huge amount of data, last 10 years. But if we maintain this type of data, we are paying the huge amount of data to the cost to the Azure. No, I want to delete the data. So we are going to write one script. That script is going to delete the data automatically. So you need to specify the dates. Others, any questions?
This hierarchical system is not available in blob storage?
Yes, not available in blob.
where we'll write the PowerShell script so that these things will happen.
So we have a automation, Azure automation is there.
Okay.
Either you need to decide. Automation.
So again, this is our part, data engineers part.
No. DevOps team part.
DevOps. Okay.
Yeah. Automation accounts. DevOps team is going to write the scripting. Maybe shell script or PowerShell script or Python script. Okay. By using this service, we are going to do the process. Yeah, please.
Yeah, Shravan. So are we taking backups also? I mean, once we
No, admin team will be take care by the backups. We have a recovery service. What is there? Admin is going to take care of the backups process. Primary disaster recovery backups will be taken care by the admin team.
One more question, Shravan. So while we are, extracting the data from source to branch, so if pipeline get failed, no? So again, if we have 10 tables, 5 tables copied, and 6 table we need to, that process, got failed. So if we run the pipeline again, it will start from the, from the first table.
No. I got your question. We need to, in pipeline, we have an option. I will show you retry pipeline, where, for example, I have 10 activities. 5 activities completed successfully, remaining 5 activities are gonna fail. So you need to write where exactly this activity is going to fail. And we have options. We need to specify these things. We have a 10 record, 5 records got successfully into destination. So next time, if your pipeline start rate, we will take care of 6th record onwards. That thing will be taken by housing. I will show you that part.
Okay.
Yes, valid questions. Others, please. Any questions? Okay, fine.